if you enjoy art, which I see on the walls here at Oakouch Books and Mastodon Records, you will enjoy the show today because art is the subject. To Boscobel area to the Timberlane Coffee Shop artist reception and find out about an art show featuring some local artists.
I'm Kim Mindham, and this is my daughter, Katie Becker.
We're here in downtown Boscobel.
We're in downtown Boscobel at an art reception at Timberlane Coffee. And this is being held for rural Wisconsin artists, which is a newly formed group that we put together in 2022. And that was because we thought of this because in my travels with work, and I travel a lot with work, it was apparent that there were a lot of talented artists in this area, not just visual arts, but all kinds of different types of artists. And a lot of them haven't been seen or haven't been seen enough. And also there's a lack of exposure to the arts. And so this has, the idea of what we were going to do has grown. So in talking about it with Katie, we've come up with some pretty exciting ideas about what we're going to do in the coming years with this. Hopefully it will become a collaborative. And so the thought is threefold. And so the first part of it is what we're doing right now, which is bringing people's art out for the world to see. And then the second part of that is bringing the arts to the communities, so that people are exposed to maybe some arts that they don't normally get to see. And then the third part of it is having conversations about why that's important, about neuroaesthetics and how that changes your brain and improves the quality of your life. And so that could mean just talking, to the public, but it also could mean talking to teachers and how they can incorporate the arts into their classes every day. We know a lot of the arts aren't as important as we'd like them to be in rural communities. Sports are kind of embraced more fully.
They're well represented.
They are, which is important too.
It is,
But we also would like to see more of the arts in schools, and I think you can do that in a lot of different ways in your classes.
And not just visual arts.
Not just visual arts, right? We're talking about dance. We're talking about theater. We're talking about music. We're talking about writing, and all of that are things that we want to give people more exposure to. When we say bring the arts to the rural communities, we're talking about the town halls and the community centers, and just they'll have a weekend of something maybe they don't normally get to see, or a month, in this case at Timber Lane Coffee. Some of the artists here just have never even shown their work, which is amazing because they're amazing artists. So that's the goal of rural Wisconsin artists. We formed a nonprofit in 2022, and we're just going to keep growing.
Is there a region, not specifically like borders of a county, or maybe there are?
No, actually, there's no region. I want to include all of rural communities in Wisconsin eventually. We're starting in this area, southwestern Wisconsin, but we want to grow. And if it's a collaborative, then we can have people from all walks of life in all communities come together and just make decisions on what's going to happen and what we should, present.
So you could go to a community of 450 people, and there'd be people there who might say, "Well, I do pen and ink, and I never thought I'd be able to display this anywhere."
Right, I never thought anyone would want to see it.
Right, right. That's exactly right. Who'd want to see this?
Who'd
Well,
wanna
a lot
see
of
it?
people might want to see it.
Absolutely. Some of it really, it should be seen. And now the process is important in what you get out of making art, but it's also part of being an artist is being seen. And it's just kind of witness to who you are, witness to what you do, and that's an important part of it.
Should we look at some of the things up here
That's great.
and maybe downstairs and see?
Sure.
Well, Katie, you have a row of, what is the medium?
Prismacolor pencil.
Prismacolor. So I see David Bowie.
Yes. This is Mac Miller.
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar. Little Richard.
Yep.
Amy Winehouse. Freddie Mercury. Joaquin Phoenix Joker. Billie Eilish.
I thought that was her. Okay.
And the other one is it's a relief print that I did on acrylic.
These are Prismacolor
pencils.
Okay, what are those?
It is a type of pencil that it's like a colored pencil, but it's a lot more blendable.
Is it oily then, a little bit?
I believe they're water based.
Okay.
They're wax based.
Okay.
So whatever they are, they blend very well. And I really love how pigmented they are. So, and with pencil, I just find that it gives you a lot more control. So that's why I like doing pencil, and I can take my time and come back to it without needing it to dry or anything like that. So.
Which is which one do you think is the most difficult for you? Which was the most difficult?
I would definitely say the Joker, because he has face makeup on. So trying to achieve kind of a different texture on his face was a little bit challenging, but it was fun.
And then you do have to capture their personalities also.
Yes, that's probably my favorite part of it, is just trying to capture their essence and what we love about them.
I see this was, 2021. Were they all done in 21?
No, nope. I think that might be the oldest one though. Actually, this one as well was 2021.
What's in the reflection?
I'm not sure, but I usually have a reference photo.
Okay.
And so I might play with the color a little bit and change the background color and kind of make it more saturated sometimes.
Looks like a person standing there, maybe somebody that's photographing you.
Yeah, like with
Oh.
the big umbrellas or something.
Oh, right.
think-
It could be, yes, like a photographer with the umbrella right there. And And David Bowie, of course. So what year would you think this? How old would he be? There is what I'm trying to say. Or what era?
That's the Ziggy Stardust.
The Ziggy Stardust.
Ziggy Stardust era.
Oh, Ziggy Stardust, of course. Yeah. So you didn't ever meet him. He didn't sit for you.
Yeah.
No,
You could say
unfortunately,
yes.
yeah, he had to cancel. And,
Yeah, he does that a lot. I know that from personal experience. He's always canceling. I got tired of it, but yeah, your personal favorite.
I love all of the artists that I drew, but I think my favorites have got to be Kendrick Lamar and then also Freddie Mercury. I think those are my two favorites. But Little Richard I did for my mom because she loves Little Richard.
And what era would this be of him?
Oh my goodness. Would that be in the 50s? Do you think that's in the 50s?
Yeah,
Yeah,
50s.
I
or-
would guess that it's in the 1950s. He was beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Was. Several different artists, and primarily this is all Vernon County too. So
This
like,
is all Vernon.
This is all Vernon County artists. We have Peter Daniels here, who actually his work can be seen all over. But yeah, this is some of his work here, from here, and that one, and that big one right there. It's Peter Daniels as well. Yeah. And so this is a wall of abstracts. The rest are Johanna Otigam, and she's from Vernon County as well. And she paints pretty complicated abstracts with lots of texture and movement. You can see a lot of texture in this fish one. You can tell it's a fish.
Yep.
Yeah.
The first thing I thought of was Van Gogh up there for some reason.
Oh, really? Because of the texture, maybe?
I guess.
Yeah, right. And maybe the traveling part of it. Yeah. I think Peter Daniels will be here today too, so you probably get a
good,
chance
good.
to meet him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he have anything downstairs?
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
It's all up here. And a couple more of Johanna Otigam's up there, that dragon piece, and then the traveling one over there, and that one. And then this is a young man named Khalil Anagar, and he's from Vernon County as well, and he likes to do abstracts, and so we've included him in our show.
Well, I meant to ask now, yours are for sale, Katie.
Yes.
Are these all for sale?
Nope, not all of them. I think Peter's got most of his for sale. He doesn't have prices on them at this time, but Johanna isn't actually selling her originals. You can contact her to buy her prints though, if you'd like. Yeah, Aaron Kohlers, who you were in the same group as Katie's sketches.
Okay.
Yeah, his paintings over there, the prints, they are for sale as well. Yeah, and downstairs, I think some of them are for sale. Most of them are for sale.
And we were talking just before we came to this wall about places where people can exhibit.
Right.
And you mentioned maybe hospitals, medical centers.
Yeah, I would suggest that if somebody's just starting out and want to be seen and they're not really connected with the place, I would contact coffee shops and hospitals and
Bookstores.
community centers.
Retirement centers. I think Schmidt has an area like that.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great to know. And I'm doing some of that now with Rural Wisconsin Artists, just trying, I'm contacted by artists and they're asking, I'm just starting out, what should I do? And that's the kind of thing I suggest to them. Look in your area to see who swaps out art every month, and maybe they'll let you have a part of the wall or something to hang some of your art on, yeah. Usually they're very gracious about it, and they'll let you do that.
Do you have an annual event where they all gather and then just kind of talk and, update each other on things?
That's a great idea, Ben. I hope to have an annual event, since we haven't been in existence for a year yet, really.
Right.
but maybe we will. Hopefully we will, I'm sure. We'd like to have some sort of, probably eventually a brick and mortar, spot as well, just to display some art ourselves, possibly even an art center at some point, but that's not a priority yet. Right now it's just getting it out there.
Right,
And,
yep.
and moving around and letting people know it's possible for them.
Yep. Well, let's go downstairs and see what's going on.
Sounds great.
Hi, my name is Sabina Mishka, and today, thanks to Kim, we're showing some artwork today. So these are my pieces right here. To explain my style, I'm not really sure. Some people say mystical, some people call it extraterrestrial. It's being inspired with sessions that I do for healing work, but also just, I guess my main thing is I put paint on the wall, on the canvas, and I play with it, and then I see things coming through, and I just bring them out and bring them out. So when I start, mostly I don't really know what it's gonna be at the end, and I just continue having fun. It's kind of like a conversation with the paint.
Well, your card says energy healer, an artist, an author, but I see that coming through on this.
Yeah.
Just the mystical and the healing and
Right.
artist. Of
Yes.
course.
Well, I guess there's a lot of teachings that come about, I guess, the laws of the universe and how we should live by them to be a good human being and, have a good heart and share that with other people. So my work kind of expresses that and brings it to the people to just have integrity, clarity, and connection with nature and with everything that's there, because that's important. That's when we're happy. So that's my main thing.
Well, let's step a little bit closer. This is acrylic.
Yes, it is. That's acrylic. I use some metallics, not everywhere, but some of the work do have metallics. So there's some hidden things that you can't really see right away. You gotta look at it from different angles. Yeah, there's a lot of different things. There's images hidden within images, so I guess that's what's comes through a lot. And I like how people see things. Everybody sees something different, so everybody will enjoy a piece work in their own way, and that's the
Well,
fun
let's
part.
step toward this one.
Sure.
I think I see, well, I know I see, okay, here.
There's a little dragon. Yeah, this piece is important for me because this is actually something that me and our 12-year-old daughter started. When we paint, we don't really want to waste the paint, so we started slapping it on this canvas, and after a time we just noticed some things coming up and we kind of play with it. So this is kind of like a collaboration with me and Naya. And we have another one, the elephant, is also the same kind of an idea that we are looking forward to working together. It's fun.
Let's go down here and see.
On top there's one abstract, so I do also like to work with abstract work. I want to do more of that, but most of them are things that you can really, see easier.
I really like the one up there in the corner.
Thank you. It's called Codes of the Unseen. So what are you going to see in this one? Just whatever your creation is.
Can I hang that any way I want, or is there a specific?
You can hang it any way you want. How I have the string mounted on there is this way. This is how I painted it, but it goes all directions. So it's a piece that you can change.
I want to put the right side to
Right.
the top for some
Right.
reason.
Yeah. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of looks like crystal cities. Then that's what my brother called it.
Yeah.
He likes it the other way. Yeah.
These are more literal.
These three pieces are somebody else's. So
Oh,
yes,
sorry.
yes.
Okay, so these
So
are
mine are these three, and then those
right.
two. Yeah. The big one is called Prayer for the Earth. A lot of my pieces, usually most of them, do have an intention behind. So when I paint it, there's some teaching, some wisdom that comes through that I'm just
And the
spreading
name again,
forward.
Prayer for the
Prayer for the Earth.
Prayer for the Earth.
issues.
Okay.
And that our daughter came up with that title too, so she helps out a lot.
Do you come up with the title as you are painting it, or it just happens?
Afterwards.
After.
When it's done and I look at it and I, whatever the story says to me, that's when the title comes out. But sometimes I will ask somebody, okay, what do you say? What do you think? So the summoning, actually, our daughter came out with the summoning, and then somebody said, of the nations, because there's a lot of different, crystal people, the angels, Sasquatch Nation, everybody's coming in. We need to have a conversation of what's important in the world.
Hi, I'm Rick Sanford, and this is my painting Lesser Mysteries of the Flower Month.
And why is it named that?
Well, I think to me it's evocative of springtime and maybe pre-Christian ritual a little bit. There are some strong vertical movement in this that seems to suggest growth or rebirth or coming up from the ground.
Do you have specific plants that maybe sunflowers?
My process, I generally just paint interesting shapes. I love shapes, and I just paint shapes in different colors. And then I've outlined them in a blue sign painter's paint. So I like the flow, it sort of gives a calligraphic kind of effect. And then whenever a line intersects, I tend to round it out, and that sort of gives it its setting, kind of making it look like stained glass.
That's why I kept thinking they look like pieces set in.
Yeah, well, the technique is called neurography, or it's neurographic art, and it was developed, I think, by a Russian artist who developed this as a form of art therapy. It sort of promotes relaxation, and maybe sometimes people will meditate on a question or a problem in their lives as they do this sort of work. It's a little like doodling with paint.
I think as I step back, it'll have a different look.
Well, I welcome that. I welcome everybody's interpretations to it. I see something different in it every time, too. So,
is this the only piece you have here today?
yes, this is the one piece I have, but it's got to equal at least a couple, right? I mean, it's just by scale. It's 40 by 60 inches. So.
Is this for sale?
It is. Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. I'm at the Practicing Homosexual. And my name is Rick Sanford, too, if you want to...
Sanford?
Sanford, S-A-N-F-O-R-D, yeah.
And the name again of the site? Or
It's Instagram.
Instagram, right.
And my handle on Instagram is the Practicing Homosexual.
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 Okay, that's clever.
So I do entries from my sketchbook. I've been practicing my drawing, and so that's what that's about. And I try to write a autobiographical sort of paragraph or two to accompany each drawing. So,
where are you from originally?
well, I'm from Madison area, so yeah, I came out here to be with my partner Joe it must be about 16 years ago now. I think it'll be 16 years this June.
To Southwest Wisconsin.
To Southwest Wisconsin, yeah. And I love it. It's beautiful out here. So lots of inspiration everywhere I look.
There is. I'm going to back up and then get a look at it from back.
Should I step aside?
Oh, you don't have to. It doesn't
Okay.
matter.
All right.
All the celebrities from the Richland Center area.
What can I say?
What brings you here?
5 points.
Art.
5 points.
Shy people.
I brought the whole gang with.
And did you hitchhike or did you drive?
I hitchhiked, of course. And, Alex's art grade, by the way, is in danger still.
Oh.
Did you know?
I flew
Yeah, I'm sure.
from Sextonville to here.
Yeah. Well,
Whatever.
upstairs is decaf only. Be careful.
Okay, so this is it, and we're at Timber Lane Coffee in Boscobel for the artist reception. And we've had quite a few people turn out. And
Do you have any contact info?
sure, anyone that wants to contact Rural Wisconsin Artists, it's ruralwiscart@gmail.com. So
Rural, WIS,
and ART
ART,
at gmail.com.
gmail.com.
Yep.
Okay. That's it. Thanks, Kim.
Thank you, Ben.
Well, we wish you a happy Valentine's Day, and we hope you'll come back next week and every week to watch our town.